Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, and we are here with our tribe of heroes who have a bluebird circling ominously overhead, but none of them are young enough to be affected by it, so I think we'll be alright. And before we begin, I do just want to remind you that I am making save files available, so right now if you remember my Patreon, you can download them all on an episode per episode basis, and if you are not one of my patrons, you can find them at the end of the series. I will put them all up for you to download if you'd like to play through this. And to kind of experiment and to maybe meet our tribe for yourself. So just wanted to say that before we get going here. But with that said, man, this tribe has been through a lot. We've had some incredibly intense episodes as these guys have made their way through the Deadly Hills, and they have lived up to their name. Unfortunately, we lost our leader last time. Our leader and the matriarch of the tribe fell just down here to a killer bearyenas, which is probably still lurking around down there. And honestly, I feel like our current leader, who is right over here, is Raana, really blames herself for that in many ways, because it was she who kind of led the way over there because she wanted to reunite with her mate, who was one of the friendly bearyenas, her first mate, that is. And, because of that, Isurais kind of followed her over there, and I feel like she's really started blaming herself for that and feeling like all of the misfortune this tribe has fallen, or that has fallen on this tribe, has been her fault. And maybe that's not totally true, but I feel like as the leader, she feels she carries quite a lot of guilt on her shoulders. And likewise, I think her little brother Neek is also very, very angry. He is currently the Omega. He was willing to sacrifice his food for the day and go hungry in order to protect the rest of the tribe, although I don't think he'll have to do that this time because it looks like there is a bunny here. But I feel like young Neek may have plans of his own, and so let's go ahead and we'll start a new day. And, oh man, we have some of our tribe passing away already. Now, Neek is part bearyena, and I honestly feel like he would be very angry at what happened and just absolutely enraged at the killer bearyena pretty much. And, in all honesty, I think he would set himself to kind of want to try and take it down. And so I think he would start to slip away from the tribe a little bit. Oh, he did startle a mole there. That's not very good. But I think he would slip away from the tribe a little bit because it's not undefended. It has Claw and Mars here, who are going to be the start of our bearyena line, and who will hopefully be very, very strong. They already are. They have 6 strength and 6 strength, and we do have this big body that could give us an additional 2 strength here, and some defense as well. And so we've got a lot of good things happening here with the tribe, but we do need to make sure they're able to stay alive. So let's sniff around a little bit. I think perhaps who could come over here and gather this root? I think Nutaduk would be able to come and dig right up here, and there's actually one Vanuduk could dig up right here. And I think these guys would leave kind of a path behind them as they make their way onward, and kind of try to clear the way so that if they have to maneuver, they can. But if they'll be able to find their way back to this healing fruit if they need to, or down to the shore, as Neek is making his plans to do, despite how dangerous that may end up being. Now, I think Neek knows that the killer bearyena is very strong, and I don't think he cares. He's just angry that it took his mother, and he's determined to make sure that it is no longer going to be a danger to the tribe. He's determined to take it down if he can. Oh my goodness, and Mars has found some bunnies here. Perhaps we'll move Claw back over that way, because I didn't think the bunny... Well, it looks like the bunny is moving off now. I didn't expect the bunnies to come over here as much as they were going to, and I think Lysira would kind of follow, assume that maybe Neek had seen something down here, like another bunny perhaps, and would just kind of leave him to go his way there, not really realizing what he might be planning or how dangerous it might be. But my hope is, and maybe not something that's currently in Neek's mind, but that he may find the other friendly bearyena has already done quite a bit of damage to the beast as we start a new day here. Oh, and there is a healing fruit there, and I think... Honestly, Neek is a little bit damaged. I feel like he would, knowing what he needs to do, I feel like he would stop by here and snatch it up along his way. Where are the bunnies stealing from us? Actually, the fact that we're hearing them steal something is kind of a good sign. It might actually be down here. Nick may have actually found more than he bargained for as he's making his way this way, because there's a bunny down there. But let's have these guys kind of head this way. We'll bring Kirnu over here to dig. Oh, there's a bunny over here. I think Claw would want to hurry over here and snatch it up while she still can. And then perhaps Islana would come and gather the meat. And she's actually found a nest as well, which is very good news for her, because even though she's lost her first mate, she does still have the chance to have a baby with her second mate, who is Kirnu, the lead male of the tribe. Let's make sure Mars gets his other blue gem as well. And I think we'll move Lysira further this way. Lysira also needs to nest. She also is pregnant with her late mate, who has since passed on. But I think Mars might, Mars I think would just snatch up that bunny while he has the chance. And I feel like even Kokona would try and get in on the action, even though she wasn't able to actually take that bunny down. But it has returned for more, and that's going to prove to be a fatal mistake for the bunny. And I don't think anybody has noticed Neek is missing yet, but I'm pretty sure Islana will look around, and pretty soon here, maybe after she's had her baby, and realize that her brother has gone missing. So, let's see, I think Neek would continue to make his way down here, listening very carefully, of course, because that killer bearyena is very dangerous. I think he would want to stick to the, shadows here, just in case he has to run, but if he can't hear the bearyena, it's likely it can't sense him either. Let's put Islana in this nest, and there's actually a Dodomingo here. It wouldn't be a lot of food, but it might be enough for if Claw and Mars can take it down, it might be enough to help out a little bit. Let's see if any of these guys can actually crack this acorn, and even if not, some of our digging creatures can perhaps make their way over here and dig up some acorns. And we found another healing fruit! That's excellent news! Let's have Kirnu come over and clear out a little bit more grass surrounding it. We'll also make a path to this nest, but we'll leave the actual nest itself kind of in shadow here. Lysira is not too old, so I'm not overly worried about her, but we do want to start breeding Claw and Mars soon because they have those ever-important bearyena genetics, and Neek may have found some food while he's down here as well to at least be helping the tribe. So I think he would probably take out this bunny, and then he can smell for 3, so if he inches just a little bit closer, he might be able to smell it. No, he doesn't smell the killer bearyena there, so I think he's okay for now. He's also young enough to be able to withstand taking a little bit of damage from it. Oh, and we did manage to gather up one of those, one of the acorns here, so that's good. We might be able to get a few of those. Let's bring Mars a little closer and maybe sniff around and see if there's anything. There's not really anything to dig up here, and I think not to dig, but to fight here, and I think we got a little too close to the bunny burrow for us to be able to have the bunnies spawn. So let's try and get some of these creatures out of here a little ways. I think we can bring Kirnu back up here to greet his new child and to congratulate his mate. Let's have Claw come and chase one of these bunnies. Unfortunately, that did mean Mars missed one. And then let's have Nutaduk kind of step back here. I don't know where the bunnies are stealing from, but that should give them the chance to spawn again. And I think we'll have Islana step over here and maybe clear a little bit out. She's actually getting to the point in her life where she may be ready to perhaps have some of those poison berries. It is kind of, oh no, that's just a molehill. Oh, there's a berry bush right here. I smell it now. Okay. But that is kind of I guess the code of our hero tribe here, is that on the last day it's considered honorable for a gatherer to gather some of the poison berries, because if they're going to pass away, their last act may as well be to provide some more food for their tribe. Let's go ahead and start a new day here, though, and hopefully Neek will not find himself in a dangerous situation. He has not. Oh, yes he has. Okay. It's got 4 days left. I think I don't know. I think... I want to say Neek could dart in. This other friendly bearyena is still here too, so it might help, but that one's about to pass away as well. I want to say he could just dart in. No, I don't think he's close enough. I think he'll have to step over here and wait one more turn, although the killer bearyena is probably going to approach him pretty soon. It's still locked in conflict with our friendly bearyena. Let's have Vanu Duke catch that bunny while he can, and then I think we also have Kutavan here has the claw as well, so that's good news for our tribe and its warrior side. But I think Islana would realize with a sudden start that her brother is not here, and I feel like, so I think A and B, let's look at the creatures we have here. So we have D and H, we have A and C. We don't have the B gene, though. I think Kiernu would realize that she needs to go find her brother and that she may have a good idea of where he's gone, but he'd also remind her that she needs to be a little bit sensible and continue perhaps to breed for that immunity. And so I think he would convince her to at least stay to have one more baby here, or maybe not stay to have a baby, but return to the nest down here. And I think they would quickly take off the two leaders here, and maybe she can try and catch that bunny. Not quite. I think, honestly, I feel like knowing there's a killer bearyena, Mars and Claw would be very hesitant. Oh, and let's make sure the baby is not going to get little Kutavan. I feel like Mars would try and follow them here and kind of keep track of them, and I don't think Claw would be far behind. I think she would keep up as well and just be very wary, because since there is a killer bearyena on the loose, well, it's certainly not something we want to sneeze at. Let's see, I think... well, we can't... Oh, we could move... Let's move Kutavan here and then have Nutaduk dig up that root there to get a little extra food. But let's go ahead and start a new day. Oh, no! Oh, what bad timing. Oh, Neek, you may have made a very bad mistake here. I think he would still want to perhaps pursue this killer bearyena, although... it's only got 3 days left. I think the other friendly bearyena here may have actually passed away. I think Neek would want to stay just out of its reach and would probably come right up here, because I don't think this bearyena, he wants it to come to him, but he doesn't want it to take him down. But these creatures here have stumbled right into another one. So it has 3 attack, and that's definitely something that Islana cannot handle. So I think Claw would immediately say, Islana, you need to get out of here. Go, and kind of rush her back to the nest, along with Kiernu, her mate, to protect them, because they're not all that strong. And if something bad were to happen, they wouldn't be able to really counter it. I think she would tell the others to make sure they go protect that healing fruit too, because they might need it. They might need to have the ability, oh, and there's lots of roots down here. They might need to have the ability to heal themselves, and there is a lot of roots over there, and so I think she would have Lysira follow as well. Although Lysira is a little bit on the slower side, it may take her longer to get there. And then I think Kutavan would hear what's going on. So the killer bearyena only has 3 eyesight. And so if Kutavan, I feel like he would kind of slip unnoticed into the grass here. And he's got 4 camouflage, so this killer bearyena shouldn't be able to see him. And I think he would watch as Claw comes charging in after this killer bearyena and then retreats into the deep grass here. And I feel like Mars would also take a swipe at it and then run away. Now, I don't think they did all that much damage. We can't actually tell now. But I think Claw might then see Kutavan hiding and kind of whisk him away, although he did get to watch this attack. Kokwana is going to continue to try and crack those acorns there. and just see if she can, although she may not be likely to. And Islana has no reason to not clear away the grass from the berry bush. There's just no reason not to. So let's go ahead and start a new day, and hopefully Neek will be alright. I don't see or hear the killer bearyena. I think Neek would kind of venture this way. There is the killer bearyena there. What is it doing? Is it pursuing? It's gonna have, it might be pursuing the other bearyena. I feel like he would kind of track it at a distance here so that he can hopefully run in and claim the kill. But I think he would hang back a little bit. He's going to wait for it to be a little weaker before he tries to do that. Now, where did this killer bearyena go? It's still right there. And so I think Claw would leap out. What? Oh, I think it was a bunny that got snatched. I don't think it was one of our creatures. And then we also have Honorare, who's much more of a gatherer. She actually got the digging paw and the velvet paw. And we should name our new babies. I almost forgot about that. I'm not used to doing names in niche. So let me get my names up real fast. So I think, so Kutavan, we'll go ahead and change his name. We'll go ahead and change his name to Damien, I think. So let's go here, and we'll name him Damien. There we go. That is one of the names you submitted. You guys have submitted quite a few names already, by the way. And for Honorary here, we'll go ahead and change her name, I think, to maybe to Rochelle. And so I think that those are some pretty interesting names. And I think it is, in fact, Islana's last day. So much as she wanted to go and perhaps make sure Neek was okay, I think she's realizing now she's not going to make it to him in time. But she knows her brother is strong, and she's pretty confident he'll be okay. And she also, I think, is maybe feeling a little bit less guilty, because now that another killer bearyena has attacked, she's seen how her children have grown up to be able to fight it and to defend the tribe against it. And she's realizing that all along, that's what Israce was trying to do. She was trying to get those bearyena genes into the family so that they would be able to defend themselves when they needed to. And now that those genes are in the family, well, they're now seeing that them being able to defend themselves a lot better. And the fact that Claw and Mars can actually breed with each other and potentially even get the genes fully in the family to get this extra bearyena snout and the hind claws and all of these really strong genes, even this big body, I think she's realizing that her mother's sacrifice was not in vain. And so I think she would be more than ready to step over here and gather the poison berries as part of her last day. And I think Kirnu, there's not a lot he can do over here. I think he would come and gather these berry bushes, but I think he would also stay quite close to his mate as she passes on. Now, there's another creature here who actually has the nimble fingers, and I think what we'll do is, no, Damien just barely can't reach. I think Kukuana, though, could come down here and actually invite Isis into the tribe, because look at her berry paw. She has the ability to gather these berries and to gather them very well, and I think that's a trait that they would definitely seek after for their gathering family. But in order to invite her, Kukuana has put herself dangerously close to the killer bearyena, and I think Claw will be a little worried about that, because it's very possible that killer bearyena will turn on her next. Now, I don't know, though, how much they could actually do against it. 9 days. I think she would actually say, Damien, now is your time, and kind of call him over. Oh, no! He's not actually able to attack, so I think he would have to probably dart back into the grass as far as he can. Hopefully, though, oh, I don't know, you guys. I don't think they can actually do it. How much life does it have left? 9 days. I think they're going to have to retreat into the grass, despite really not wanting to, and hopefully Kukuana will be alright. She is one of our winged creatures, so we need to be cautious of that. These guys can make sure they're digging up a lot of these roots, and there is a bunny over here, it sounds like, that's stealing some food. So I think let's have them focus on digging up the roots, because they're not all that strong. But we'll also move Lysira over this way a little bit, and it'll probably come time for her to nest soon. with that said, we'll go ahead and start a new day, and hopefully this doesn't... Oh, no! Oh, man. Very bad things are happening. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we'll deal with this tribe in a moment, but first let's have Lysira catch some of these bunnies. And I think, oh, we'll make sure... Let's have Rochelle can step over this way. Let's have Cocoana make her way this way real fast as well. And kind of open the way for Nutadu to come and gather this, to gather up that meat there so they have a little extra food. Let's make sure, oh goodness, Isi, I think we'll have her gather and then step over here quickly, because we've got our work cut out for our creatures. But I think first of all, Neek finally has the chance to avenge his family. He has the chance to be able to take down our first killer bearyena, and he's going to take it. And not only is he going to take it, but he's won back food for the tribe, and I think he can return triumphant now, knowing that he has defended his tribe, and hopefully there's nothing else dangerous lurking around to trouble him on the way back. Now, with that said, these guys have to finish taking out this killer bearyena, and I think they can do it. So let's have Claw come in and take the first hit. Mars will come in as well, and they'll just kind of verify that, yes, they are able to take it down. And so I think Claw would deal the final blow. She is a little bit older, and then Mars would snatch up that meat to enable them to eat again for a little bit longer. Now, Kirnu is in a much more precarious position. I don't think... He's not going to back down. He's not going to let Rochelle get into danger. I think, despite only having 1 strength, he would plant himself firmly and swipe at this bearyena as much as he could, even though that might mean the end of his life. And I think Damien would realize that his father's in trouble and kind of run to help and maybe take that hit instead of him. I don't really know what will happen. But I don't think he'd be afraid of that. I think he'd just see his dad in danger and would run to help. Let's go ahead and gather that grass as well with Isi's last turn, and we'll see what happens here. Maybe when we say goodbye to Kirnu, because the bearyena has the strength to actually take him down, although we did see Kirnu dealing quite a bit of damage to him. But honestly, I think Kirnu would be content to fall in battle, knowing that he's defending his daughter here. So we'll see. Oh, man. Oh, Kirnu. Oh. So he did give his life to defend Rochelle, who I think would be quite frightened by seeing that all happen right in front of her. It would probably kind of stay very near to Isi, who is going to snatch up as many of these berries as she can, knowing that if something else were to show up, it might try and take those berries. And I think Isi... I think Lysira would kind of coax Rochelle over to take her mind off of what's happening, perhaps, and to focus on what's still ahead, and to perhaps dig up some of these roots. In the meantime, too, we'll deal with the bearyena in a minute. Kokona is going to step down and heal herself here with this healing fruit, and restore the damage she valiantly took to make sure Isi could join our tribe. Now, I think Damien is just going to go at this bearyena with everything he has. He didn't quite finish it, but he weakened it enough so that Mars can leap in and deal the final blow. And I think Claw would be quite proud of her brother there. Her brother who, in order to pass these genes on, is going to have to be her mate. And I think she would recognize that they need these genes in the family, be willing to take that step for survival, and to realize that she has to make sure the tribe can go on. Unfortunately, they do have very low fertility, and so that didn't quite work out as well as they were hoping for this turn, at least. I think Neek would continue to make his way back. He's not going to waste his time swiping at that Dodomingo, but he might try and snag that mole if he can. We do have a bunny here as well, but none of our hunters are free at the moment. And so I think Nutaduk would step up here and try and dig, and Vanuduk would maybe step down here and try and dig as well, just to make sure that they're continuing to have food in the family. Now, Lysira is getting older, and so I think she would try and have her last baby here if she can, because we want to make sure that her genes will pass on as well. And I think our flying line, I think Kokona might be might be deciding that perhaps Nutaduk could be a very suitable mate for her, and so I think she would perhaps try and consider that in order to pass on the wings. It might be good for her to choose a mate. So let's go ahead, and I don't see any danger here right now, so we'll go ahead and start a new day, and this will probably be our last one for the episode. Alright, I don't hear any danger. Now, Neek is near a healing fruit, but I don't think he's in a position where he would need to be worried about that. Although I do think Damien would hear a bunny creeping closer and know it's just out of his reach for the moment, and kind of whisper to Issy to not gather the berries just yet, to give it another moment, and to perhaps see if that bunny will inch closer. And indeed it did, and Damien is on the hunt. There we go. Also, Claw and Mars were able to perhaps have their first baby, or well, to at least for Claw to be pregnant now. And we also have Isisri, who will change her name as well. Let's get our name list up. And let's see. I think, what would be a good name for her? What genes does she have? She's got, I think we'll go ahead and we'll call her Melody, I think. That's one of the names you guys submitted, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I think that seems like it would be fitting for her. So we'll call her Melody. Perhaps she will discover that she likes to sing to the wanderers by perching on a stump at some point. And she does have a wing, so perhaps that's also kind of a little bit of a, like, maybe she's a little bit of a songbird. Now, I think Lysira will be feeling pretty proud, and she's got 3 days left, so I think she might head back this way and try and crack that acorn if she can. And I think Nutaduk will probably end up being the male to carry on the line. Would probably see that there is a root up there and kind of lead Cocoana up there. Cocoana might come and visit her new little sister and greet this newest member of our tribe. Now, Vanuduk is putting himself in a little bit of danger by venturing so far away. Hopefully that won't end up being a bad thing here. But hopefully it'll all be alright. And let's see, I think Claw would maybe make her way up a little further, and I think Neek would seize his chance pretty soon here. Let's have Mars move up here as well, and then Neek would seize his chance to, on the last turn of the day, actually kill that mole there, and then snatch up the meat on his way home. So it sounds like I don't hear anything dangerous, at least. Oh, there is a rogue. But that's not the kind of dangerous we need to worry about. And I think Neek would smell his family this way and start making his way towards them. Now, let's see. I think we'll move Cocoana over here, and this will be our last turn for the day. Lysira, I think, would try. That scares me every time, I swear. I think Lysira would try to gather that acorn, and she actually succeeded. But I think Claw would also step into the nest, and Mars would move up here. But Lysira also knows that it is going to be her last day, and so she would prepare, as is an honorable custom in this tribe, to use her last day to gather up some of these poisonous berries. Rochelle over here. I think Rochelle might start to make her way this way in hopes of maybe gathering up some of the roots over there. And is there any roots over here? No, I think Vanuduk would realize he's maybe strayed a little too far to find any more roots and would start heading this way because he does smell some in this direction now. So let's have Nutaduk. I think Nutaduk would realize that this area is getting a little bit crowded, so perhaps he and Kokona need to slip off a little ways and start to look for their own nest. And there's also some roots over here that they can dig up. So hopefully that won't get them into any dangerous situations, but I think they should be all right. So we'll go ahead. Oh no! Oh my goodness! I think this rogue does have some new immunity genes, but I think I think he probably startled Damien a little bit, just popping out of the grass like that. And I think Damien would realize he's got some terrible genetics and possibly some less than pure intent here, and would just instinctively take a swipe at him and just kind of chase him as far as he could and be like, "What? Who are you? Get away from my tribe. Get away from my family." And would definitely want to swat him out of the way if at all possible. So I think he would drive him away, especially because his little sister is right here, and he doesn't want her to be in any danger. He would also probably clear away some of this grass in order to possibly get a little extra nesting material if possible. But I think with that, we're actually going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here for today, because it is about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.